Hi, everybody. It's Kylie, and I'm a homeschooling mom to two kids. One's going into kindergarten this fall, and my other is going into third grade. And I love everything homeschool. I love talking about it, watching videos on it, um, and making new friends that do it also, so we can chat and share stories. I wanted to pop on here to talk to you guys today about summer work. I did not go into the 2025-2026 school year thinking that we would be doing summer work, but it's something that I made a decision on probably around April of this year, for a couple different reasons. The first reason was I had started two new curriculums in January. One of those was handwriting. My son was super interested. He's going into third grade. He was super interested in learning cursive, but I really wanted him to focus on his print, his manuscript writing. So for the first half of the year, that's what we did till I felt that he was ready to move on to cursive writing. So I had found, and I don't see much of this on YouTube at all, but I found Danielian handwriting transition to cursive. And the reason that I picked this was because it first goes through writing manuscript, and the way that the Danielian teaches it, which is where they have these little upstrokes. And I thought, wow, that's really smart. They really are taking it step by step to learn cursive instead of just jumping right into copying these crazy letters that don't look like the alphabet that they know. And as you progress through, and it takes a while before you start getting into writing cursive letters. So let's use L as an example here. They've already learned how to make an L with this little tail at the end, but now they're just going to be adding this upstroke part. So it really breaks down every single letter, and then to practice and practice and practice. So we started this in January, and he loves it. It's one of his favorite subjects. We just do like a page a day. So because we started this in January, then I just wanted to continue it through the summer so that by the time school officially starts, he'll be ready for their cursive program. This is also the same company. This is it's a Savis Learning Company, but they also do the Explode the Code books. So anyway, we love Danielian handwriting. Very easygoing, just a page a day. I'm a big fan of doing a little bit of work every day on something, because it just starts to build upon itself. And it's a lot more digestible and manageable. So that led into I had also started a second subject in January, and that was spelling, because we were first doing spelling UC A. And it was fine. We worked through it, but when it came to doing the next book B, he did fine with the book work, but when it came to maybe writing an answer in another subject, it was like he didn't know how to write some of these words. And I think too, what I found with spelling UC was it was just a lot. I don't even know. Maybe I'll have to just make another video on it, on why it didn't work for us. But regardless, that's what we started with. and I felt like he was really struggling. So I shifted gears, and a friend of mine told me about BJU spelling. And so that's what I got. I went on eBay and I bought this older edition spelling teacher guide. And then I got their workbook. It matches the exact same stuff that's in this older edition. And so that's what we've been doing since January. So we're a little over halfway through this now, and it's going really, really well. And I just didn't want to stop the momentum because spelling was really something that just really frustrated him. Part of that was actually because he is such a good reader that when he would try to just spell a word and he knew it was spelled wrong because it didn't look right, but he didn't know how to correct it. And so this has been such a better journey for him. And I don't know really anything about BJU. I just have the teacher guide in the workbook, and we just go through it that way. I guess there's like videos and stuff you can do. But for us, we haven't needed anything like that. So that was for spelling. The other thing I figured that would be a good approach to do for in the summer would just be straight up math flashcards. These are ancient. I got these at a garage sale. So we'll do addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Just to keep reinforcing those things until he begins third grade math, with Christian Light education. So one thing leads to another, and I also had thought I was starting to feel like there wasn't enough time in the day and there wasn't enough time in the year, like the school year, to focus on a couple other aspects of learning. I felt like if I had added this in, it was going to really burn him out. We don't do school for 6 hours at our house. We don't need to do it for that long. That defeats the purpose, actually, in my eyes, to do school all day long like that, like book work and stuff. But I really wanted him to learn the states, all of them, the abbreviations and the capitals. And so I just felt like I can do this in the summer. This will be actually kind of fun because he does enjoy learning about the United States. So I did a couple things. I bought this states and capitals flashcards, and these are great. They show, let's look at this. They show the state, so they can look at and try and guess. It shows their flag, the number of state in the union, and the region, as well as it showing it highlighted on the whole map of the United States, which is really nice. On the back, it has all this other information, the capital, major cities. The thing I really loved about this was it also teaches the regions, which is something I don't ever really remember learning myself. Maybe I just forgot about it. But I am in Ohio, and I'm in Eastern Ohio, and I guess I just never thought that we would be considered the Midwest, but we are. Anyway, so I think that'll be really fun. This has been really good to learning his states. But the other thing I got that I was so excited about was this. This is huge. I got this huge white erase thing of the states, so he can label all the states that he knows, and then eventually, as we get into world geography, we flip it to the other side, and there's the whole world, and we can label the oceans and continents and all of those things. And so this has actually been really, really nice. And I'm approaching it pretty slowly. Like I said, I do small bits every day. So for him at the moment with geography, it is learning the state and where it's located and its abbreviation. And once he gets all of those down, then I think we'll hop into learning the capitals. So yeah, not quite my original intention to do school in the summer, but it's working out really well. It's still pretty laid back, you know. It's not like I'm starting it at a certain time every day, but they're both aware that we're doing things throughout the summer. And I think it'll make the transition into the school year a lot easier for both them and for me. And so yeah, are you guys doing any summer work? What do you guys do? Do you just do like workbooks that you find, or do you just continue through the year through all of the curriculum that you do? But I'm just always curious how other people do it, because everybody has a different style and a different approach to it and different goals also. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear that. So if you guys have made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. And if you have any questions at all about, you know, anything I'm doing, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to answer any questions. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.